Drepung Monastery is a collection of Buddhist chapel and colleges located at the foot of Mount Graphene, about 8 kilometers west of Lhasa. The word Drepung can be literally translated as rice pile, a name whose meaning becomes clear when we see the white-walled buildings scattered along the hill. Founded in 1416, Drepung had some 10,000 monks in the 1950s and was the largest Buddhist monastery in the world. Drepung was the principal seat of the Gelug school. Gelug, which means virtuous, is the newest and currently most dominant of the four major schools of Tibetan Buddhism. So now let's have a look inside the Drepung Monastery in Tibet.
Everybody get back to the ticket. Okay. After that, I will share you. Thank you.
Historically the most significant monastery in Tibetan Buddhism, Drepung Monastery used to be the seat of political and religious power in Tibet before the Potala Palace was built. This significance came in part due to its location just outside of Lhasa, and in part due to it being the primary seat of the Gelug school of teaching. The Drepung Monastery used to be the place where the Dalai Lama is receiving his training. Formerly the home to around 8,000 to 10,000 monks, there are about 800 monks here now. The painting on the hill depicted Tsongkhapa, the founder of the Gelug school. It places great emphasis on philosophical study of the classical Indian treatises, especially on Madhyamika, or the middle way philosophy of Nagarjuna, and the view of Shunyata, or emptiness. Strict following of the monastic code or Vinaya is also stressed in the Gelug school. Among all the schools of Tibetan Buddhism, the Gelug school puts the most emphasis on pure philosophical studies, which can continue for many years. In this tradition, the treatises are studied with great detail using dialectical method. The texts are studied using numerous Gelug commentaries, many of which often are unique to each monastic school.
And now, take your time.
Rice pile of the world, white-walled buildings on the hill, inhale purity.
我知道，所以呢，我就讲一些最重要的东西。
我是不是怎么样？还可以，我可以，因为我有吃药，还可以。我就还是不太懂那个跟我讲的人接波个那个，啊，对呀，人接啊。他房间里面有一个。
但他那个是直接往里面问一下怎么样？
Okay, just I will give you 3 minutes for the microphone.
This is the Grand Sutra Hall at the center of the monastery, where the monks gather for ritual. The hall is supported by 183 wooden pillars and covers an area of 1,850 square meters. It is large enough for 7,700 monks to recite sutras, which makes it the largest of its kind in Tibet. Tibetan Buddhism has deep logical philosophies of life, death, rebirth, and existence. Most of these insights are derived from the rich meditation and contemplation. Tibetan Buddhism teaches that we are all potential Buddhas because we are essentially pure and luminous at the most basic level of existence. That purity, called Buddha nature, is typically clouded over by a dense layer of ignorance and negativity, which dominates us and leads us to suffering. The ultimate goal for Buddhists is enlightenment or nirvana, a liberation from the cycle of birth and death.